Welcome to NordVPN Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, where tonight the 4-3 Arizona Scorpions hope to improve their playoff position. Fresh off a win over the Baltimore Vultures last week, they are taking on Alamo City, who has a 3-4 record. All four losses are tight, and coming off a Queen City win just last week. The sun is setting here in San Antonio. Daylight savings time gives us more daytime games, Charles, so that's always nice to watch the sunset. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. This is another evenly matched game, Cam. I had the opportunity to talk to owners/coaches of both teams. Eddie Gage for Arizona said he wasn't wild about how his offense practiced this week. He's thinking that maybe the defense is going to have to help him out a couple times tonight. He thinks his keys to victories are protecting the football, winning on third down, whereas Greg Soto for Alamo City said he's going to try and stay aggressive, both sides of the ball. Not going to blitz as much but they're still going to try and figure out a way to put pressure on Ashley. But he says there's going to be a new wrinkle into his offense. He said, pay attention to the backfield.
You never know with Greg Soto what he's going to do, and always keeping us on our toes. We're ready to go. Speaking of toes, JT Delaney's got the ball in the tee and a hand in the air, and we are kicking it and underway from San Antonio. From the goal line, this is Ziggy Roenick on the kick return up to the 26. And that's where Ace Fennick and company will start with the football. The 18th meeting between these two teams that have been around a combined 39 seasons, Charles.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing Ace Fennick in the backfield. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Matter of fact, he's got the best QBR rating in the league. He doesn't make many mistakes. I think Eddie's going to try and dial it up and see if he can change that tonight.
Just 6 picks, 10 touchdowns for Fennick. He's also fifth in the league in completion percentage at 60.5. First and 10 at the 26-yard line. And Fennick hands the ball off to Brad Jones, and Jones picks up a couple. We're going to be tracking this. If you want to screenshot it on your phone, be tracking this all night long. This is a Mark Lopez bingo card specialty. This is what you get behind the scenes when you are a statistician or a broadcaster. So there's a look at some of the things we'll be watching out for tonight. And who knows, maybe we'll get a bingo. It's easier said than done around here, as Brad Jones takes a handoff and picks up another 4. So that'll set up a 3rd and 4 for the artillery.
Might have witnessed a little bit of the wrinkle on their first play, Cam. It looked like the tight end Garrison Blue lined up as fullback in that strong I formation.
Garrison Blue, they move him around quite a bit. A couple touchdowns this season. Had a big score against Queen City in that victory last week. This is Fennick over the middle. That is caught by Hank Earl Troll, the other tight end in this offense, for an Alamo City first down.
What I saw in that play, Cam, is a well-disciplined offense. Everyone executed their role perfectly, and that's crucial for a rollout. Everything has to be, just perfect in order for it to execute, and we saw it on that play.
Blue was going outside. He was well covered, as was the rest of that offense, but Hank Earl Troll left alone in the open field. Arizona's in their red helmets, white jerseys, and red pants tonight with the red numbers, orange and black trim. And Alamo City donning another new set of uniforms tonight. Really like the stripings down the side of the jerseys and pants, as Brad Jones picks up 5.
They put a lot of work into that. I'm excited. Tonight we're going to see a battle in the trenches again. Both of these lines on both sides of the ball for both teams, really very talented. And I think whatever group gets the best of the other is going to have a huge, huge momentum in this game.
Hand off. That's Yayo Montana with the carry. There's another wrinkle in the Alamo City backfield. Gabriel Manning had 7 carries for 35 yards yesterday in Tulsa's loss, but so far so good for Montana.
Yeah, tight end and a wide receiver in the backfield. Don't see that very often, Cam.
You mentioned the lines. Alamo City's 3rd in sacks, Arizona's 8th. Arizona gives up the 3rd least amount of sacks. Fennick sacked a fair amount, 12 times, but nothing too crazy so far this season. Toss play out to Brad Jones. Will get about to the line of scrimmage before he picks up just one. Terrell Davis and company on the tackle. Let's meet fully that Alamo City artillery offense. Ace Fennec, Brad Jones, Rain Storm in the backfield. Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Roenick, Yeo Montana, and Vin Calia. Your wide receivers, Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll at tight end. On the line, very talented, Jamarcus Candy, David Parker, Yogi Barr, Charles Michael, and Jukin Rukin. 2.5-minute opening drive, 2nd and 9 as Montana goes in motion. Pressure, pass is deflected and incomplete as Arizona brought a bunch. J.R. Lawless with the first deflection of the night, 3rd down.
Yeah, Ace had to get rid of that ball quickly because the heat was on. I think they found something maybe they could show a couple more times tonight, putting that type of pressure on Ace.
Third and 9. Hendricks going to go in motion. He's number 1 in the league in yards per catch, but he's only had 3 catches on the season. A speedster down the field. Fennec. All kinds of time. It was deflected. Did that hit Michael in the back? Check that. David Parker. Maybe Hunter Norwood got a hand up. That was a crazy play. David Parker did a nice job keeping Fennec clean, but the drive's going to stall out.
I don't think he put his arm up. I think I might have hit his shoulder pad. I don't know. We'll have to see that on tape later.
Norwood's got some broad shoulders. A 6-time All-Star in his 13th season in the SFL, but Arizona ends up getting a stop after a lengthy opening drive for Alamo City, and they are misfortunate on that bounce there, so the Scorpions will get the ball to start at the 20-yard line. That brings out Ashley Jackson, who's 300 and change away from passing Vancouver Legion legend Tom Pepper for 5th all-time in SFL passing yards. Jackson under center. And late will call Will Todd in motion. Got to get set. Does. Hand off. Moses and put down by Bogey Barr. That'll set up a 2nd down and 9. The Arizona Scorpion offense features Ashley Jackson, Bismarck Wright, DJ Moses, Jay Ballmer, and Cooper Allen in a talented backfield. Donnie Hands, James Hands, Mike Churchill, TJ Punk are your receivers. Adam Grabowski, Will Todd at tight end. Sean Crooked, EJ DeCube, Patrick Kelly, Igor Barbatoff, and Gene Benazzi on the line. Jackson's pass is incomplete. Looking down the field, but deflected by Rain Rie, 3rd and 9.
Rain Rie, I mean, in a game like tonight, he's got to grab that. I think he had a good shot at it, good coverage, and I think he's kicking himself on the sidelines.
Empty, 5 wide, as Jackson looks for her first completion. Mike Churchill goes in motion, followed by Rie, who passes him off. Jay Mart, the talented MVP candidate, on a blitz as that pass is incomplete. Looking upfield for James Hands, and both defenses off to a strong start.
Yeah, definitely. And the line for ACA just put the pressure on. Didn't get the touch, AJ, on that play, but put her under enough duress where she had to get rid of that ball quickly and didn't let that route develop.
So Ace Fennec going to come back out on the field. He sent me a message earlier today asking about his all-time stats. We still have access to those for anybody wanting to know. Just shoot us a DM, and happy to answer that later in the week. But Fennec now 17th all-time in passing yards, 28,029. Just crossed the threshold last week. 17th in touchdowns, 185. And also 20th all-time in QBR at about 89, Charles. That's a tough one to get.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about Ace is he's awesome off the field as well. I had the honor of being on the same team with him for a couple seasons, and he's really great in the locker room and do anything to help the team out.
He is a great dude. 1st and 10 at the 43 in a scoreless first quarter. Arizona goes 3 and out. Alamo City moved the football to the tune of 38 yards, but had to punt on their opening possession. Ball on their 43. Fennec drops to throw again. Arizona bringing pressure, and around the end, it's Nathaniel Diggs getting the sack.
Oh, he had a sack. Last week, a pass deflection. He's one of the best linebackers in the league at tackling, put the pressure on what he needed to do. Didn't look like they had anyone there to block him, and he had a straight shot at the quarterback.
Diggs is up to 3 sacks. That is second now on the team, only trailing the league leader, which is D.D. Sacks, who has 8 this season in 7 games. Second down and 15. Fennick just gets it away as Norwood was applying pressure. Garrison Blue gets away on the sideline, and Blue picks up a 13-yard pickup on a play that almost ended up in nothing.
That's what you call a great adjustment after catching the ball. It didn't look like it was going to turn out to be anything, but Garrison Blue just caught the ball quickly, turned up quickly, and was able to use his athleticism to gain some yards.
Third and short coming up for the Artillery. Arizona Scorpion defense led by Sean Moore, who's 6th in the league in tackles with 60. He's 12th in the league in TFLs with 13 and 3 interceptions as well, including one of the best plays from last season. Montana spins off one and will pick up a first down on his second carry.
They ran Montana on a power play. That's awesome.
Montana putting in some work. But Arizona, I thought it was going to go for more than it did, Charles. That was a pretty nice job by their defense closing that down, but not before the first down as Fennick drops to throw. Fennick fires down the field. That pass is deflected. That was Eddie Gage's opportunity. Still waiting. I don't know which broadcast team is going to get his first pick six, but they better not screw that call up.
He has as many pick six for a touchdown as Lee Potto did, the cornerback for Atlanta, way back in the day.
Who's that guy? Michael Torillo's in the chat, an SFL legend. We are doing fine, Torillo. Hope you are as well. Second down and 10. Fennick drops to pass. Fennick fires down the field, picked off by Moore. Sean Moore picking up where he left off last week after his sensational interception against Baltimore, interception number 4 this season for the talented linebacker.
Yeah, when you say talented, one of the things that really jumps out at you is Sean Moore has some of the best hands for a linebacker in the game. Last week he had 2 interceptions, like you said, and 11 tackles. Really controlled that the offense for Baltimore, and he's starting out early tonight.
Sean Moore and Jay Mart. We mentioned Jay Mart as an MVP candidate. He's number 2 in tackles for loss, number 2 in pass deflections, first in the league in interceptions, and first in the league in forced fumbles. He's showing on a blitz there, number 57 of this Artillery defense. First and 10 at the 43 after Sean Moore's interception turns the Artillery over. Only the 8th turnover of the season for Alamo City. That is TJ Punk with the catch and the first move of the chains for the Scorpions tonight.
Yeah, that's a veteran quarterback back there in Ashley Jackson. She had some pressure coming up the middle, like you said, with J Mart, but she knew who to throw it to, and TJ Punk was open.
This Artillery defense also featured Stephen Fellows II, Robert Thump, Tina Begin, and Jabu McSlim on the line. Zach Benjamin, J Mart, Bogey Barr, Rob Forker at linebacker. Jukin Rukin Jr., Michaela Forker, Ron Hoff, Mickey McGuire, and Bo Martin Jr. are your corners. And Rain Rie, Willie Bands, and Albert Begin, your safeties, defending the back end. Jackson dumps it short. That pass is caught. If Fellows would have turned around, he may have had a rare big man interception. James Hands with his first catch.
Yeah, I mean, they sent him back in coverage, and that's one of the reasons, that's the downside of putting a defensive end in a coverage play.
Jackson starting
It's a while for them to turn around, Cam.
It does, and we saw it just there. Just a little bit too late. Jackson has 2 completions in a row now on this drive. Trying to make it 3, but instead they'll hand it off to Moses. Moses will pick up a couple of yards, and they'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Barr's second tackle.
I mean, Greg, I think might have been playing with me a little bit. I've seen a lot of pressure from the ACA defense, and it doesn't look like they've let up on blitzing at all.
8 near the line here for the Artillery. a single high safety. The handoff goes to Moses, going to try to run right at it. Moses couldn't get out of the backfield. That's Fellows again blowing up the play, and then Barr cleaning up on the tackle. No man's land here for Arizona. I think they're going to punt.
Yep, and that was a great play by the ACA defense. They were waiting for it, and Bogey Barr executed perfectly. Great open field tackle.
Note that Bismarck Wright is in that spot where Dougie Day got the fake punt. That shanks off the side of the foot of the punter, and it hops out around the 20-yard line. That may have been the ugliest punt of the season. Sorry, Charles McLongfellow, not trying to throw some shade, but that was not your best punt right there.
I thought you were apologizing to me.
Yeah, well, that too. You do have to listen to me for an hour and a half.
Anything for a cheap laugh, Cam. Sorry.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Vanek rolls right into it, and Brad Jones whiffed. Missed Nathaniel Diggs, who gets his second sack, and Coach Soto can't believe it.
Yeah, I think they were waiting for that roll, obviously waiting for that rollout, and Nathaniel Diggs' eyes were wide open. He knew he had a good shot at the quarterback.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a little bit more defense than Jack's data expected tonight. An over-under of 42.5. ACA is your 3.5-point favorite. But both defenses are out here hitting so far tonight. 2nd down and long. Arizona brings 5. Pass down the field, a little bit tall for the intended target, Hendricks. 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think this is the time where you sneak in a pass to Garrison Blue. I mean, he's deadly on those medium to long routes.
Blue, 20 catches, 3rd on the team, 192 yards receiving. Arizona showed pressure but backed off. Then Brad Jones, who's now being chased down by D.D. Sachs. What a brilliant play. Will force a 3-and-out.
And D.D. Sachs is one of the fastest defensive ends in the league. I know Eddie loves that, having those speed defensive ends to put pressure on the quarterback and also run down the running back like that. That's normally something you expect a linebacker to do.
So Alamo City will have to punt it away. That is our 4th punt in 5 drives, just the Sean Moore interception alone. But Arizona with the best field position of any drive starting tonight in Alamo City's territory. Willie Bands gets the tackle on special teams. Arizona starts at the 47.
So, Cam, is there going to be like an official update on the bingo card? How does that work?
Yeah, well, Mark Lopez will probably provide an update at halftime, or if we hit a bingo or something like that.
Wow.
And some of these can't be determined until the end of the game. So, yeah, no updates here, he says. So just have to keep an eye on it. Moses picks up a yard.
Arizona's in perfect spot to start off a drive there and walk away with some points. I think this is a big challenge for the ACA defense.
How times have changed indeed, Mr. Norwood. Happy to have you here in the chat with us tonight. 1:42 to go in the first. No score. 2nd down and 9. No, hand it off again to Moses. And Moses, I mean, is almost being hit immediately. That was Robert Thump at defensive end. So far, you talked about this line play, Charles. So far, ACA's defensive front is winning the war.
Yeah, and you also got to give some credit to J-Mart. I think he had a couple fingers on the running back as well.
3rd and 7. Trips left. Jackson to throw. 4-man rush. Jackson escaping. Hit as she threw. The pass is caught. Caught by Donnie Hands, who had to go to the ground to get it. Just enough on it as Jackson was hit from behind.
I think he was, AJ was hit by Fellows. I don't know how she was able to get that pass off, or how Donnie Hands was able to pull that in. That was amazing.
Stellar catch by Donnie Hands, and the 3rd straight completion for Ashley Jackson, as Arizona is now on the Alamo City 31-yard line. Jackson with an empty backfield. Alamo City again showing some pressure. Todd going in motion away from that blitz. Watch your blind side, AJ. There they come, and it's a sack immediately right up the middle. Instead, it was Bogey Barr with the sack. Jackson didn't even have time to think a loss of 4.
I think maybe AJ would have regretted not putting that tight end in motion at the top of the screen. Could have possibly held off a little bit of that pressure.
And the left side of that line was just bamboozled. They had way too many players that they couldn't block. And now we've got 3 sacks in the game so far. The first for the artillery tonight. Churchill still looking for his first grab, goes in motion on what may likely be the final play of the quarter. Jackson sacked again! Robert Thump comes flying in.
That was the sound that AJ made when her body hit the ground, was a big thump. He launched himself in the air like a pro wrestler and just, oh my gosh, that had to have hurt.
End of the first quarter, physicality reigning supreme tonight at NordVPN Stadium, scoreless in Texas. You're watching
physicality, Cam, and bamboozlement.
That's a good one right there. I don't know why it reminds me of George of the Jungle, but I think I've been hanging out with Curtis too much. Bamboozlement. Tyler Falk, Chris Curtis back in our studios. Michaela Forker, Mark Lopez, our statisticians. Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine here with you on the call as that pass is caught at the 25-yard line. But because of all the sacks, Punk is short of the first down, and they'll hold to a field goal.
Well, I mean, at least they get to walk away with some points on the board at this. You know, from what we've seen in the game so far, I mean, you got to be doing some dancing just to put 3 up.
JT Delaney has not had to kick much this season, 8 for 8. The 8 field goal attempts is 20th in the SFL. This would tie Delaney's long for the season from 42 yards away. That kick is good. Oh, I didn't think it was going to turn inside, but we finally have points in Delaney's 9 for 9.
He's actually, 3 of his punts now have been 42 yards.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow, so, I mean, that just means 3 drives stalled at the 25-yard line for Arizona in 8 games. This is pretty crazy. Alamo City down 3. We'll have Hendricks on this return, and Kenny Hendricks gets up to the 25-yard line. We'll see what the artillery can do with their next series.
I haven't seen, I got to look at the numbers here, but it doesn't look like they've had many. They've had six runs. I guess I'm thrown off because Yayo's had 2 of them.
Yeah, here's your.
I think they need to get some sort of a run game going.
Here's your total figures. Not a lot of offense in this game. Both teams averaging less than 3 yards of play. And Alamo City's pretty balanced, but it's those sacks that are driving the total yardage down. 5 first downs in that opening quarter. Fennec roll out, and Eddie Gage gets a sack. Mr. Gage, first sack of the season. That was painful.
Yeah, that hurt me. Holy smokes, I'm going to need some aspirin at halftime just watching this. They had those you got to go back and take out those rollouts because they are teed up on those, the Arizona defense.
Eddie Gage, #1 in SFL history in tackles, pass deflections, and interceptions. That was just his 2nd career sack in 20 SFL seasons. Fennec drops to throw on 2nd and long. That pass is caught by Vin Callia. That's his first catch in 5 targets, 3rd and 5.
Big 3rd down for ACA, but they needed that catch. I mean, Ace put it just where Vin Callia could catch it, and they didn't want to be looking at 3rd and long here against this defense.
Callia, Blue, and Troll all with a catch. No catches for Montana, no targets through the first 12 minutes either. That's Blue in motion at the fullback position. 3rd down and 5. Fennec rolls that direction. Fennec has time this time, and it's Blue breaking off a tackle. Blue's got a first down to the 44-yard line. Dabba dee, dabba die.
Gesundheit?
Eiffel 65? I'm Blue, dabba dee. No? All right.
Okay, no, that was good. Yes, I'm going to have to take a second to collect my thoughts.
That was
Blue was money.
that was our workout music at 5th grade PE. You don't know that song?
No.
All right.
Sorry. Maybe it's the delivery.
It probably is. Not doing it justice at all.
With all due respect, Commissioner.
8 minutes to go in the first half. 3-0 Arizona. Counterplay here to Brad Jones, and Jones will scoop up 3 more yards on the ground. That's about what he's been doing most of the night. 15 yards on 5 carries.
So far, I like what I'm seeing for ACA. I think it's key to get, like I said before, get Blue involved in this and, mix in a couple run plays, and so far, so good.
7:35 to go in the first half. 3-0 Arizona. Handoff. Rain Storm, his first carry, going to set up a 3rd down and short opportunity for the artillery.
Yeah, perfect situation for Ace. He can use anything in his playbook. And if he needs to make an audible, like maybe move a tight end for pass protection, he can do that too.
And he's got Blue in the backfield. Siggy Ronick lined up on the line in his place. Going to hand it off to Montana. Montana's got a first down and more. Montana up to the 37-yard line for a first down for Alamo City.
So here's the deal with having Soto line up as a running back. He's getting hit by people he doesn't normally get hit by with. What? Does that even make sense? Those defensive linemen are going to take an opportunity to, lick the stamp and smack it on his envelope.
We're in rare form tonight. Smack it on his envelope. All right. That's a new one. I like it.
And mail him to Ouchland.
4 wide receivers. Fennick drops to throw. Fennick into traffic. Nearly intercepted by Parker Thomas, who also had a pick last week. Gets a high five from his teammate Everett Garrison. 2nd and 10.
So far, I know it's early in the game, but this isn't the ace that I've seen. It looks like the defense of Arizona is starting to, throw him off his momentum, off his groove, if you will.
Sachs, Constantine, Norwood, Tilley, Moore, Lawless, Diggs, Hamburger, Davis, Thomas, Garrison, Gamble, and Gage are your defenders on this lineup. Didn't get a chance to get to him in the first quarter. Give them all a shout-out here. 2nd down and 10, just outside of field goal range. Fennick drops to pass. Fennick fires, caught by Kalia. Inside the 20, breaks the tackle from Garrison, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Vin Kalia and the artillery.
That's what I'm talking about. Ace must have heard me. That was a cagey veteran back there in the backfield. Knew exactly who to throw it to, and perfect placement of the ball. I thought Garrison was going to have a shot at it, but not. But the ball was placed perfectly.
Vin Kalia's 3rd touchdown of the season, and he's a top 50 wide receiver all time. 56th touchdown. He is 38th in SFL all time. A 3-time All-Star, been in the league for 9 seasons. One of the more underrated receivers in SFL history, if I do say so myself. He just tied a legend, Ianojo Abaratsubo, with his 56th career touchdown. Charles, you probably don't know who that player is, but he scored 7 touchdowns in a championship game one time. 7, still the record.
I thought that was the guy that wrote that song you were singing earlier.
He was a backup singer.
Oh, okay.
And just like that, Alamo City takes a 4-point lead as that kick nearly through the uprights out of the back of the end zone. So Arizona has some work to do now. Down for the first time in the game.
I mean, that's the thing about ACA. I mean, you can stop them, but they're always a deep threat. You have to be disciplined and execute perfectly in order to keep them from hitting those long passes.
That's true. Super explosive team. 4 different players in the game for Alamo City already have a play of over 10 yards. Moses has just 5 carries, 7 yards. Nobody else in the backfield has gotten a touch as the handoff goes to, just as I say that, Cooper Allen, and Allen will pick up a yard.
Another big tackle by Bogey Barr. He's showing up a lot on the stat boards for this first half.
4 solo tackles, 2 assisted, a sack, and a TFL. More pressure from Alamo City on Ashley's backside this time. She delivers to Will Todd for the first down, the 4th different player to catch a pass in the first half for Jackson.
It's amazing seeing both of these quarterbacks and how they're handling themselves in the pocket. I mean, neither of them are known as being super mobile, so they've survived this long in the SFL, being able to be cool and calm under duress, and we've seen it on both sides.
4 total sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections in this first half for the two defenses combined. This is Moses on the carry, gets another yard before he is cut down by ACA's Ron Hoff, second tackle.
And also, I think Albert Begin had some fingerprints on that as well. I mean, great tackling on the line by the defense.
Albert Begin, check that on the tackle. Pass is incomplete. That is Ron Hoff with the deflection. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was another one in the midst, but it's 3rd and 9. Arizona gets another shot here to move the chains.
The Scorpions just 1 for 4 on 3rd down in this first half. Alamo City's doubled up Arizona in total yards, now 124-62. 4 receivers, 3rd down and 9. Play action, rolling away from pressure. Ashley Jackson fires, caught. First down, Mike Churchill with the catch. The 5th different player for Arizona with a catch in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, like back to that last play, if you don't execute on that possible turnover, Ashley Jackson's going to make you pay. And on this one, perfectly executed rollout. We saw it done on the ACA side. Now Arizona says they can do that too.
First down to the ACA 45. Jackson again throws where the pressure is coming from, but this time Ron Hoff jars the ball loose from Punk.
And Ron Hoff, he's one of the strongest cornerbacks in the league, and when he lays into you, it's going to be hard to hold on to the ball.
Second down off the incompletion for Jackson. Jackson was previously on a bit of a tear after a bit of a sluggish start. Back to pass. AJ over the middle, caught. Will Todd past the 30 to the 28-yard line. Rie with the stop, but not before Arizona gets another first down.
Don't forget Will Todd. We talked about the tight end for ACA, but Will Todd, he's got the highest yards per reception for Arizona, and he's dangerous as well.
That's wild to think, but you're right. 16.6 on 8 grabs.
Are you checking on me? He's checking on me.
I'm looking at the same sheet you are. Look at Jackson, 7 of her last 10. Really firing on all cylinders. All less than 20 yards. Here comes more pressure off the blind side and throw into Punk. Ashley Jackson, Charles, has really adjusted to this left side pressure, just firing it out quickly.
I know. And Fellows, the defensive end, number 77, Fellows, had a beeline towards AJ. She got rid of it just at the last second.
It's got to be getting a little frustrating for Fellows, who does not have a sack yet tonight. Has been all over Jackson, hitting her right before a throw, has her right in his sights, and still just has not been able to bring her down as Moses is stopped again for no gain. 8 yards on 7 carries. Arizona's run game stuck in quicksand.
I'm thinking if Fellows, doesn't do so wide a pursuit, he has a chance at hitting AJ. Arizona isn't showing any type of blocking scheme to stop him.
Fellows again on the outside here and throwing right in that direction. TJ Punk down to the 5-yard line. That overloaded pressure for the artillery is not working on this drive.
Yeah, definitely. And, Arizona is doing a great job of bouncing back and answering to ACA's last drive. I mean, they're in scoring position here, and they got to execute. Keep it going.
Punk's up to 52 yards on 4 receptions. That's the leading receiver in this game on either side. There's Jackson's updated numbers, keeping a clean sheet thus far. The interception's just a bit of a problem. 9 this season. That's 10th most in the SFL. Jackson drops to throw, nearly sacked. It's ruled a fumble. The ball's going to drift out of bounds, but again, she took a wicked hit. It'll bring 2nd and goal.
Oh yeah, that one was going to leave a mark, and it's only a matter of time, Cam, that they're going to get to her. They've already, Thump has already gotten to her once.
Isolated at the top of the screen. Punk's got a lot of room to work. 2 in the backfield on 2nd down and goal. They'll hand the ball off to Moses. And Fellows says, if I can't get to Jackson, I'll get to Moses. Tackle for loss.
Yeah, they are hitting like crazy on both sides of the ball tonight. It just makes you like scrunch up and brace for pain every time on every snap.
3rd and goal. 4 receivers for Jackson. Crowd getting loud here in San Antonio. Play fake. Jackson, pressure. Jackson steps into the pocket. Touchdown! That little move inside buys her enough time to find TJ Punk, and Arizona answers back with 6.
I mean, that just shows you what kind of quarterback AJ is. I mean, she got hit up and down the field as they drove. They kept moving the chains, though, and a great pass there to Punk in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
A one-handed snag in the end zone. That is your nice hands catch of the game. Brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23. As Delaney's extra point is good, and after Alamo City drove 8 plays, 75 yards for the score, Arizona answers with a 13-play, 82-yard drive. And don't look now, Charles, but our last 3 possessions have been scores after 5 scoreless possessions to start the game.
I think both offenses are starting to kind of figure out what they need to do to stay alive and keep the drives going.
Hendricks on the return up to the 35-yard line. Coming up on the API Music Halftime Report, Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk recap the first half of this exciting Arizona and Alamo City game so far, breaking down the playoff picture and going over convention details. Oh, it's going to be a fun one, Charles. Hope to see you there. All coming up on the API Music Halftime Report.
You know what I'm going to be looking for?
What's that, Mike All?
No, on the halftime show. I mean, these fellas have been knocking it out of the park. They're like Vogue GQ models there.
I'm watching their reactions behind the scenes, and they're very upset with the high bar you are putting them on. As Montana's got a first down, his first catch on his first target of the night, Charles.
I thought they're actually on camera. I thought they were in makeup right now. Ready for the shot.
Just doubling down. How about that play from Yayo?
Yayo's a beast. Gotta keep a man on Yayo.
6th player actually for Alamo City with a catch. So we've seen 11 different players with a reception in this well-played first half by both squads. Just the one turnover, that Sean Moore interception. Arizona's up 10-7, but Alamo City's driving again. Fennec down the field, tipped away. Sean Moore got a fingernail on that football.
Yeah, perfectly defended. They were in a pair slot and set both of the tight ends into the middle, kind of like on a flood, but Arizona just compensated for that perfectly.
Alamo City, 5 yards of play. Arizona sits at 4.4 on the Artillery's 5th drive of the first half, 2nd and 10. Ace Fennec drops to throw, nearly picked. I don't even think he saw Sean Moore behind all those big hog mollies up front, 3rd down.
Yeah, gotta look out for the hog mollies. John Moore, normally he holds on to that one. We talked about the hands of the linebacker, and he's top tier as far as being able to bring the ball in. Not so much on that play, though.
Fennec now 7 of 15. He's missed on his last 2 after that touchdown throw. Fennec needs a first all day to throw. Ace Fennec to Vin Calya. If you give him that much time, he's going to burn you. Artillery move the sticks.
I mean, so you got to figure they didn't send a lot of folks in there for pressure, but the 4 that they send in have to do something to disrupt Fennec because he's got all the time in the world, and I don't care what kind of coverage you're in. Eventually, if you give the wide receivers that much time, they're going to find an opening.
2-minute warning here in Alamo City. We got a good one. Arizona 10 and the Artillery 7. Watching the Monday night spectacular season 22 week 9 edition right here on SFL YouTube. Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. Mark Lopez, Michaela Forker in our stats truck doing a perfect job this evening. Fennec drops to throw. That pass caught by Kalia. He almost didn't even have a choice, Charles. That ball was just ratcheted in there so quickly. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, their hands already on him. Maybe even before he caught the ball.
In field goal range, just ever so slightly. That pass caught by Jones, and he won't get much of anything there. Matt Fennec's long this season is only 43. They're right about at a 43-yard field goal right now.
Did that twice, so he's used to that range.
At the 27, actually be about a 44-yarder, unless Ace Fennec and the Artillery can get closer. They're thinking more than a field goal, but running into a blocker. Ziggy Hrona couldn't get turned up the field. And Alamo City, I believe, will take that timeout to set up the field goal unit.
I think this is well within Fennec's range here.
Certainly. Fennec is 10 of 11 this season on field goals. Middle of the road in the SFL. As Fennec's kick is up and straight down the middle. We are tied.
Why did they call
10.
a timeout, Cam?
I'm not sure.
That is a head scratcher.
I don't know if maybe they were thinking about going for it at that point. Decided otherwise. Okay. I don't know. I do not know. At least I think they
would have been looking at under 50, probably like 40 seconds on the board. Never know. What do I know, Cam?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know what you know.
Exactly.
I'm sure you know a lot of stuff.
Trying to remember the words you used earlier. I was going to try and reference them. I forgot. Darn it.
What do you think you know of way more than I know? Like it's not even a question.
Navigation. Open ocean navigation.
Of what?
How to? Open ocean navigation.
Oh, ocean navigation. Oh, yeah, no. I would sink, for sure. What's this button do?
It would probably be the exact tone. You nailed it.
The pass is incomplete. Chukwuebuka Jr. with a deflection, 2nd and 10.
I mean, this is 58 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but Arizona, I mean, they've got the horses to run to the finish line here with that amount of time.
I don't know if the chat likes our awkward banter, but I sure do.
Well, the chat will let you know.
They will always let you know. Jackson dumps it off to Moses and Thump. Boy, these defensive ends are having themselves a night. Robert Thump and Stephen Fellows the second, 3rd down.
Yeah, and they're playing a little outside of their boxes. I mean, they're making hits on the sides side of the field where you normally see them doing it in the backfield or in the middle.
35 seconds left. Arizona trying to make sure that Alamo City doesn't get the ball back here. Jackson's got a lot of time. Jackson all day to throw deep down the field. Caught by Donnie Hands with 25 seconds left, and Arizona will take a timeout. So Alamo City's miscommunication on their previous drive could come back to haunt them if they can't get off the field.
Yeah, I think if Arizona's going to try and push it down the field again, it needs to be near the sideline so the player can get out of bounds and stop that clock, because I just don't think they have enough time to get up there and do anything. It's in the middle of the field.
Jackson to throw. That pass caught by Churchill down to the 39-yard line. Another timeout from Arizona.
I mean, they're going to have to execute this perfectly. I mean, they've been practicing the 2-minute drill. I know Eddie's done it, had them on the field doing that all the time, but this is going to test their ability to execute a 2-minute drill.
So far, so good here. They were third and 10 and dead to rights. Jackson's 13th completion of the first half. Empty backfield. A sack would be detrimental to this drive. They dump it off to Will Todd, and Will Todd gets out of bounds and the first down. A brilliant play call.
And that's the skill of tight end and the ability to run after the catch. I did not think he was going to get that many yards after getting that reception.
Jackson was about to get smoked again. Just got rid of the football. Todd's got 42 yards on 3 catches tonight. That only trails Punk. They'll toss it to Moses to try and get into better field goal range. And they'll probably kick it here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very solid 2-minute drill. I honestly didn't think they were going to be able to get it down in the field goal range, but they proved me wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And hey, look at this. This would be Delaney's long of the season, 43. Forget the 42-yarders, graduating up to 43. Delaney's kick. Got it. Woo! Oh, nice. That was a close one. What a drive. 7 plays, 53 yards in 58 seconds. And Alamo City leaves time for Arizona to retake the lead just before the half.
Yep. In 58 seconds, they were able to go down the field and put 3 on the board and possibly go into the locker room with the 3-point lead, which is huge when you got 2 teams this evenly matched.
Yeah, special teams, says Cliff Allen. Cliff, are you going to be at the next convention? That's what I want to know. Well, I don't think it would be the same without all of your shenanigans.
You're in rare form tonight, sir.
I am?
Yes, I thought you were passing a stone or something making that noise. I didn't know what was going on.
You remember what that was all about?
Yeah, I know. It took me a second time.
Passing a stone. You too, man. Oh, Mark Lopez reminding us on our bingo sheet that we've had 3 40-plus yard field goals tonight, but a 48-plus yard field goal is on the card. So, not getting a bingo with that slot so far. Ace Fennick down the field. That pass is hauled in by Montana. Mr. Stat Patter.
Oh, no. Oh, he's getting up. Good.
Oh, boy. I thought the same thing, Charles. I thought that wasn't good. But that's going to take us to the end of the first half. Arizona with a 13-10 lead. A back-and-forth football game. Should be a photo finish.
Definitely. I mean, both of these defenses are, throwing everything at the quarterbacks. And, they've made a couple mistakes, but for the most part, they're showing their veteran ability. Able to stand in the pocket, able to execute long downfield passes. And Arizona, I guess, the best example of that was that last drive in 58 seconds, able to go all the way down the field against this aggressive ACA defense and put 3 on the board.
So here's a look at some snapshots of the first half. BJ Loveless blessing the bartender from Cincinnati. Trust me, man, once you can swim up to a bar and get a drink, yeah, they haven't seen nothing yet. Maybe we'll do what Texas State did in their bowl game and cleaned out the stadium of alcohol. That'd be pretty crazy.
You always got to make sure, though, at those swim-up bars that you have a lot of rotation in the seats.
Right.
If people stay there a long time, you probably don't want to swim up to that bar. Just a helpful hint from Uncle Chuck.
You get hit on a few years ago? That
no,
bar?
I'm thinking about biological calls. I didn't want to be too explicit.
Well, those are the first half highlights. As Arizona leads 13-10. We always have fun on a Monday night. Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk, the show is yours. Take it away, fellas. We'll be back for the second half after this.
All right. Well, it's a good one to start things out. 13-10 at the halftime break. Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk with you in the APM Music halftime report. And Tyler, breaking down a first half that started out defensive and ended with some more offense than maybe we were expecting in the second quarter, based on how that first quarter went. Talk to me.
I mean, just the showing that we got from these two offenses right in the 2-minute drill is a testament to how good these coaching staffs are. Yes, they're going to lock you down and keep the game close, and then when they want to turn up the heat, they'll go ahead and do so. Ashley Jackson leading a very fantastic drive. Will Todd with the brain power to realize, hey, I can just get out of bounds. Let's save that timeout. It is closer and closer to field goal range. Brilliant job from Arizona. And then from just Alamo City in the beginning, just to get going and get down the field as well. Sees us at a 3-point ball game between these two clubs. The run game for Arizona has to get going. 10 total combined yards. It is nuts for Arizona at the moment in the run game, but luckily they're getting bailed out by their quarterback. Has to change in the second half. Alamo City, this little mix-up thing you've got with Montana coming to the backfield, it's done okay. It's been okay. You're obviously doing a better job running the football than your counterparts, but now it's going to have to go back and forth. How much can both teams rely on that running game going forward?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. Talk about going back to Moses real quick. 10 yards for their rushing attack, and there's some nights where his first carry will be 10 yards. So that gives you everything you need to hear from there. So 13-10 at the half. Arizona up on the on Alamo City at the moment, and we'll see what happens in the second half there. However, taking a look at the broader view of the SFL and the way things are in the playoff picture as we are getting closer and closer to crunch time for those teams on the outside looking in and on the inside looking further in. We'll see how this goes. But as we sit right now, Canton, Florida, 1-2. Minnesota up in the 3 spot. DC in the 4 spot. That was your top 4 right now. Those are the buys in the first round of the playoffs. Then you get towards things that are a little bit more finicky. 5-3. You've got Fort Worth, Houston sitting at 5-3. Atlanta 5-3, who's on a comeback season after a disappointing season 21. Season 21. Then you have the Mavericks, who very quietly are in the 8th spot. Arizona, who you see tonight, 9. Indianapolis at 4-4, sneaking into that 10 spot. And then Baltimore inside the top 12 right now. But their performances definitely need to improve. Their win this week definitely helped. And then the Charleston Predators, the sleepy Charleston Predators, in that number 12 spot. But 2 teams that I think are surprises on the outside looking in right now. You take a look at them there, 13-14. Seattle and Vancouver right now on the outside looking in at the playoff picture. I want to kind of give you the broad view, and then I want you to kind of pick apart this playoff picture and tell me things that you find interesting and maybe some teams that are not on this graphic that may be when all is said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the broad overview right now is the top 2 spots for me are pretty much locked up unless Florida slips up in the meantime. Minnesota's right on the heels, but I don't think we'll see too much change between the top 3 coming soon at any time. DC doesn't have a game in hand on both Florida, just on Minnesota, not on Florida. So unless Minnesota slips up and DC continues to play well and plays really close ball games like they have this week, just barely sneaking out another win this past weekend, DC should find themselves here in the top 4, barring any more slip-ups from the South Division teams. Fort Worth getting hit hard by San Diego. Houston, their recent downfall after losing to Canton, now losing again this weekend. South Division getting real tight. And then you do look at that Pacific Division. You do look at that half-game advantage that San Diego have amassed for them with that critical win against Fort Worth. Seattle and Vancouver now on the outside looking in. Yes, we got another third of the season left to go for both Seattle and Vancouver, but with how things stand, they realize they have to win a majority of their games to finish out the season. Otherwise, they're out of the playoffs. As far as teams looking on the inside, we've got a bunch of teams with just 3 wins and yet have a game in hand on everybody else above. You got Tulsa, the Alamo City playing tonight, the Revolution playing tonight, and then a couple other teams at 3 wins, but they also have 5 losses. Out of the 3 and 4 teams, the team that could really make the most amount of noise and really try and almost assert themselves coming in to the final third of the season has to be Alamo City. But it starts tonight with Arizona. They have to have a statement win, and they've played tough games. They have had a very tough schedule, top 5 in strength of victory, strength of schedule. It's not been easy for the Artillery, but they have to win this game because it's currently the last team on their schedule with a record above 500 left to go for them. So this game tonight versus the Scorpions is crucial for them, I think, if they want to have a chance at making the postseason.
Yeah, fair enough. A lot of dominoes yet to fall, and a lot of dominoes yet to stand up in the playoffs for season number 22. And as we put a finishing touch on that recap of how things stand right now, let's look ahead to the future a little bit. And we're going to take a look at the season 23, 2024 year SFL convention. And details were announced this week, headed to South Shore Harbor Hotel and Event Center in League City, Texas, just outside of Houston. It's just off the marina there on the Gulf of Mexico. Whole lot of good stuff in that area, not just the event center, but just surrounding details and attractions around the city. But things to do, that are going to be done at the convention. We've been talking about a golf tournament, 18 holes of a golf tournament. We've been talking about another flag football game. That should be a lot of fun, and I know you will probably don the stripes again. That should be a good time, Tyler. You have the swim up pool and bar. That's always a good time. And then the SFL games, the events, Hall of Fame, everything are going to happen in the room off of the pool. So this is going to be the first time we went there a few seasons ago, and it was an absolute blast. So many memories made. I still remember the year I had 2 birthdays. And then you talk about going back there where, we were post-COVID when we went there previously, and now there's more things open, more attractions up and running again. The place does not get smaller, I'm sure, the second time you go there. I'm super excited about going there. Skippy and I are making plans right now. Tyler, hope to see you there and hope to see all of you guys there. Give me what you're looking forward to most about this particular convention.
So I can confirm that I'm headed to Houston again. It was the first convention I was ever at, was the season 21 convention in League City. Got a chance to call a game with the legend Michael Torillo, who now calls games in the NCAA. Besides calling games here, just a lot of fantastic memories. Everyone is going to love that pool. Everybody is going to love that pool. That was phenomenal. And now that we've got the rooms right next to the pool, I've got a couple ideas in my head of what I'm going to do for a call. But we'll save that for later. I mean, you can't forget Tiberius Bovine crashing a wedding, or going ahead and having a shot with Ross Napoli as he's giving his Hall of Fame speech. So, I mean, just a fantastic convention. You talked about the flag football team. I am in charge of setting this all up again. Registration is open. It's been posted in the convention Discord channel, also in league content. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and take a look at getting signed up for the flag football game. Everybody is welcome to participate. We need players, we need referees, we need maybe sideline reporters, we need people to help out with setting up the field and tearing down the field. We're going to have a great time. The first ever one went off amazingly. Went to 5 overtimes to finish out that game. Can't wait to finish out that for the second annual flag football game. And then for the first time ever, the SFL Open at South Shore Harbor Country Club will go ahead. It's going to be a 2-man best ball tournament with 3 different chances to win, because not only is there going to be a traditional best ball tournament that goes on, since we're playing best ball, you get a chance to keep track of your own scores, so you might be able to win individually. And also for this tournament, we are introducing what's called stroke play, but we're calling it SFL play. So each and every score you could get, birdie, albatross, eagle, bogey, double bogey, that all relates to a football score. And so your team could do okay in just regular play, but you could get a couple touchdowns, a couple birdies. I could really see your score jump up there, and you could win in football while playing golf. So that's just a couple of details coming up. here for the tournament. If you want more information, go ahead and reach out to myself. I can provide with the details. Registration is live. We'd love to see you out there on the field, at the course, and just in general, we want to see you at the convention. So hopefully you join us, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Cannot wait to see everybody at the convention again.
I can't think of anybody who's ever had a bad time at an SFL convention. I haven't heard of one. So that said, it's going to be a great time. July 12th through the 14th is the official convention dates. Those registration links, as well as the room discount rate link, is available on the Discord under the convention channel. If you don't have access to the convention channel, there is instructions to do so in League Alerts. That said, thank you very much. We are just about set for the second half. Arizona needs a win. Alamo City needs a win. Both of them going to do their best to get just that done in this second half. 13-10 Arizona. This has been the APM Music Halftime Report. Stay tuned.
All right, thank you, Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk from SFL Studios. That was an excellent halftime report. As we get started with the second half, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine back with you. This has been a fun and entertaining game all night long. Charles, here's your first half stats.
Wow. I mean, 11 yards of rushing for Arizona and 50 for ACA. And who would have thunk that the leading rusher for Alamo City would be Montana?
With 26 yards. Like, it's wild. I think the most shocking, one of the most shocking things about this season has been Brad Jones just not really getting going for Alamo City like maybe some of the other backs in this league, although still 8th in the SFL in yards, so not too bad. DJ Moses out of nowhere gets a huge gain for a first down. His longest run of the first half, Charles, was 2 yards.
Talk about a halfback getting going. That's a great way to open up your drive at the start of the second half. Great blocking on the edge there, but the rest was all DJ Moses showing his strength and athleticism.
My goodness, what a start to the second half for the Arizona rushing attack that really struggled to establish themselves in that first half of play. They'll send Donnie Hands in motion, who had 2 catches for 41 yards in the first half. Eighth in total yards for Brad Jones, but 26th in yards per carry. That's been the struggle for the artillery this season. That pass is intercepted. Albert Begin taking it back the other way. Still trying to be put down to the ground and finally wrestled down by Sean Crooked. Excellent field position, and that wipes away DJ Moses' stellar opening half run.
I know. It was a great way to answer by the ACA defense. Albert Begin was just playing center field there, reading the eyes of the quarterback, and didn't have to do a lot to get to that ball. It went right into his hands.
That was brilliant concentration by Albert Begin, because as he bobbled that, he had a scorpion, coming right for him. I thought that ball was going to get knocked away, but still managed to haul it in and get the catch. That was impressive.
That was good concentration by Mr. Begin.
It's Albert Begin's first interception of the season. He's 9th in the SFL in tackles, 2nd in the league with 9 pass deflections, and he finally got a pick to his name. That pass is caught by Blue at the Arizona 45-yard line on a dart from Ace.
Yeah, nice. Another nice rollout by ACA, and got to get that tight end involved as well. Great route run by Garrison Blue. Had to show some hops to get that as well.
Albert Begin now 1 interception away from the milestone of 50. He is 34th all time in the SFL in interceptions. He just tied Florida's Andrew Francis for that 34th place mark. 8:39 to go in the third as Fennec drops to pass and completes it to Vincalia down to the 29-yard line. First down, artillery.
And so far, the offensive line for ACA is holding their own against the defensive Arizona. Plenty of time for Ace. He went through all his progressions on that one. Looked like he was originally going to try and get Garrison Blue at the top of the screen, but switched over to Kalia and just hit him perfect in stride.
We'll see if they go away from those rollouts on first down, 112 yards down the middle, 76 to either side, Charles. But Diggs is the only one that's gotten pressure. 2 sacks on the rollout plays, both on first down. But, yeah, as you mentioned, that offensive line beating the Arizona defensive line right now as Fenwick's pass is a little bit over the head of Ziggy Roenick, second down.
Not a lot of options as far as space to get that ball in. I mean, hoping that maybe Ziggy would be able, the 6'6" wide receiver would be able to jump up and get that one, but not so lucky on this one.
Second down and 10. Here's the rollout. Diggs this time is blocked, and that pass is incomplete into double coverage. A dangerous throw to Kalia. Iverson Gamble was in the area, but nice adjustment by the protection sliding for the Alamo City.
He looked like he was locked into Vin Kalia from the snap, and the way the secondary's been playing for Arizona, that's pretty dangerous because they're pretty good at adapting their coverage to what the quarterback's doing.
Third down and 10. Roenick goes in motion off the leg lift from Ace. 14 of 24 for 188 tonight. Fenwick dropping back deep. Fenwick throwing, caught at the 6. Vin Kalia gets open.
Talk about not a lot of space to work with. Let's see this on the replay. I mean, the bread box was very small on this play. And a lot of that had to do with the effort that Fenwick did to keep that play alive. He had to drop back, I think, a little bit deeper than he was planning based on the rush that he was seeing from Arizona.
Went back 12 yards, and Kalia now over 100. As ACA looks to take advantage of the interception from Begin. Toss play out to Montana. Montana breaks a tackle, gets down to the 2-yard line, second and goal.
He's running like he's done this before. That was a pretty decent run for the wide receiver out of the backfield.
What would you do here on second and goal, Charles?
You know me, Cam. I'd run a power play up the middle just to test the defense. Show the offensive line you got faith in them.
Got it. Rainstorm, however, just short of the end zone. Montana coming into the game had 9 carries and a rushing touchdown, so he has kind of done it before, 52 yards, but 4 carries for 31 tonight, and third down and goal. We'll see if he gets it here. That's a big fella in the backfield. Handoff. Montana didn't get it. What a stop by Iverson Gamble, and Montana comes up empty.
Yeah, I mean, in that type of play, you need a power runner to just, go up the gut and be able to break those tackles. And you're kind of rolling the dice there, trying to run your number 1 wide receiver up the middle.
So the strategy does not pay off there. Matt Fenwick gets the field goal. Arizona gets a goal line stand. 9-play, 60-yard drive, 13-13. They're all knotted up here in San Antonio. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career. Just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved.
I think the big thing here, Cam, for ACA was they were able to put points on the board after that turnover, and that looms large in a game like this.
Totally agree as Donnie Hands gets it up to the 33-yard line. Jackson in the first half was 14 of 20 for 178, but will be coming off of that interception. There's her last 10 passes.
I mean, both of these quarterbacks, Ashley's got 89 QBR, Ace has got 83. I would not have guessed that they would have been that. Well, maybe Ashley, because she's been pretty pretty consistent as far as the completions, but I didn't expect either to be in the 80s.
Not with these defensive fronts. Fumble on the play. It's picked up and recovered by Igor Barbatov as Moses got cleaned up in the backfield. Another look at it.
Let's see who hit that man.
I think it was...
Is that Sean Moore?
Joe Boo McSlim? 95, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong team.
Yeah, but McSlim with the fourth fumble.
I'm looking at 95. I'm like, no 95.
Another standout play from this defensive front tonight for ACA.
Ooh.
Jackson to throw. Wide open. Will Todd.
Yeah.
Fourth catch of the night. Smacked down by Rie. First down.
That had to be a missed assignment because you don't see ACA breaking down like that on their defense.
Yeah, there's just nobody there.
Looked like Bogey Barr committed to that swing pass or that hard zone coverage and missed the tight end coming over the middle.
Will Todd up to 4 for 58. He had 76 a couple of weeks ago against Denver and a couple 100-yard games there in October of last season, but one of his better games in this recent stretch so far. 1st and 10. Jackson to throw again. Jackson over the middle. That pass is hauled in by James Hands, his second grab. Brings up 2nd and 4.
I mean, I want to see a pass to Grabowski, the second tight end. With a name like Grabowski, he's got to catch everything thrown his way.
Jackson's updated numbers. He is the only player, wide receiver or tight end, without a catch so far tonight. The handoff goes to Moses. He's got a first down, thanks in part to a Jay Ballmer block.
And that's a good card to have in your hand. The ability to give it to Moses and be able to run as effectively as he has early in this second half.
I am really surprised that we don't see more running out of Jay Ballmer. He's a terrific back. He has 40 attempts in 7 games this season, but he has not gotten a carry tonight. That pass was intended for Todd.
I would add to that, Cam, not only run, he's also a pretty solid receiver out of the backfield. He's got really good hands, and he runs a decent route as well for a fullback.
And they haven't. It's surprising. Maybe that's a wrinkle down the line for Arizona. $5 super chat from Colin Northrup. It's my dad's 62nd birthday today. Happy birthday to Rick Northrup. And my reading is strongly in favor of the Northrups winning their game today. Churchill first down.
Makes me feel good because there's someone older than me in the league. Thank you, Mr. Northrup. Happy birthday.
You're just asking for me to have a retort. Just gonna sit on it. Jackson's up to 215. Rick Northrup is a legend. If you haven't seen his video on YouTube, with him going into his banks as I don't know what it is. It is cringe, and I'm here for it. He's got like a giant gold chain around his neck. He's like rapping about his, I don't know. It's a hot mess, and we all love him for it. Moses picks up 6. It's kind of like me in the first half, Charles.
Talking about conventions, I mean, when we had the convention at League City, I was able to spend some time with him, and he's really a great guy to talk to. Has some really good stories and smart as a whip.
The Northrups are a lot of fun. If you ever get to hang out with that family at conventions, it's worth your time. 2nd down and 4 as Arizona is driving here. They are nearly inside the red zone. Trying to answer this Alamo City field goal. Bismarck right. Nice little juke move. Got a couple of yards to set up a 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, Rio was waiting for him, but a lot of hitting going on here, Cam. A lot of hitting tonight.
Arizona is 4 for 7 on 3rd down. This is their first 3rd down attempt of this quarter. Can they keep the drive alive? Toss. Moses got a nice seal and a first down. Terrific block from Barbatov.
I mean, he got laid out by J-Mart. I mean, that's what J-Mart does when he hits somebody. But that was just what he needed. Arizona needed to get that first down. And then again, you got that card in your back pocket. give it to DJ Moses, and he's going to do good things.
I got to say, they have gone away from J Mart a lot tonight. He's been pretty quiet. Jackson off her back foot, incomplete pass. That was all about Ron Hoff jarring the ball loose again down here in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, and just the ability to get off such an accurate pass when all the fundamentals of the pass weren't being shown. I mean, that was amazing, a display of athleticism by AJ.
Second down, pressure. Jackson is hit and sacked. Brought down by Gunny with the sack.
Oh my gosh, that was the Bulldog sack by Mickey McGuire. Holy smokes!
That is Gunny's first career sack.
Ooh.
Congrats, Gunny.
He was on fire last week as well with 2 interceptions, and that would have been a good bet to see if he was going to get a sack tonight.
Made the All-Star game for the first time in 9 seasons last season. Now Jackson facing some pressure. Jackson just gets it away, passes, tipped in the air, and hit Punk in the back of the leg. If he just would have turned around, he would have seen the football. Now it's 4th down and 15.
I think that hit that J-Mart did on that last first down run by Moses, I think it fired up the defense for ACA. I mean, they're flying all over the place, laying people out.
TJ just didn't know what he had in front of him.
Got drilled
Delaney
in the
with a
side
field
of the arm.
goal. Say again, Charles?
He got drilled in the side of the arm.
37-yard attempt now for Delaney to put Arizona back up by a field goal. Delaney, oh boy, almost shanked it, but that ball squeaks through the left upright. 13-play, 4-minute drive plus for Arizona.
Yeah, talk about the SFL golf tournament. That's like one of my swings.
I won't even be attempting a swing. I will.
Holy smokes!
I will just be talking trash like I can golf when I really can.
Heckling.
Yeah, definitely some heckling going on. Charles, crazy thing about this game, that is for Arizona, that is the 3rd straight time in this game that Alamo City has scored and Arizona has responded with a score, right? Every time Alamo City gets a little bit of momentum, Arizona takes it away from them. They're only up 3, but that is impressive in its own right.
And that is definitely impressive, and that's the makings of a well-coached team, but it's really impressive for both defenses on how they respond when the opponent gets within the red zone. I mean, they really clamp down.
Both teams moving the football. Fennick's pass is bobbled and will fall harmlessly to the turf. Brings up 2nd down.
Now let's see if they go back to DJ Moses again. I mean, he's shown some sparks there for the offense. They need to give it back to him and keep the fire going.
Second down and 10. Fennick's pass is bobbled again, and Kalia almost came up with it. Now it's 3rd down. This Arizona defense has active hands in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I completely whiffed on the last one. It's getting late for me, Cam. Sorry.
It's quite all right, Charles.
Wow.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
That was bad. That was bad. There needs to be a bingo square for that one.
3rd and 10. 6 for 10 on 3rd down for Alamo City. Pretty darn good. Fennick going to take off and run. Fennick, not enough room, and Arizona gets the stop. He didn't have anybody open.
Oh, man. That's dangerous. Now we'll actually be able to see maybe maybe the running back for Arizona, DJ Moses, get the ball after the punt.
I don't think Moses touched it since his fumble, Charles? I don't think they've given it back to him.
Didn't he get laid out by J-Mart? Wasn't he running it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he got
that first down run.
He fumbled and then he got laid out. Yeah, a lot has happened to him since he had that 23-yard run to start the second half.
I mean, he's a beast. You can't forget him.
Look at the balance for Arizona tonight in terms of their skill positions. 41 yards from Donnie Hands, 48 from Mike Churchill, 58 from TJ Punk, 58 from Will Todd, 46 from DJ Moses.
Ooh.
Hand off to Cooper Allen, picks up 3.
Nice. I'm going to get that fullback involved.
Allen's second carry.
Also, going back to DJ, he's got pretty... We talked about Jay Ballmer with the good hands. DJ's not too shabby out of the backfield either.
Two seconds left in the third. Handoff Moses. Not a whole lot of space there. Mart makes the stop. 3rd and 5.
ACA's got to lock it down, do exactly what Arizona did on their last third down stance.
Artillery down 3. Need a stop in another close game for this artillery squad this season. Jackson in trouble. Jackson takes off and run and has the first down. Didn't have to go as far as Fennec did and picks up about 9.
I mean, part of it was they had Fellows covering the sideline on a zone. I think they did a zone blitz on that one, and he didn't have a shot at getting to the quarterback.
Was covering Todd on the outside. Jackson saw Gunny in her rear view mirror trying to get his second career sack and said, I'm out of here. Final play of the quarter. Hand off to, they faked the reverse to Will Todd, and they handed off to Ballmer, his first carry. That is the end of the third quarter. What a nail biter. Arizona 16, Alamo City 13. We'll be right back after this.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Start of the fourth quarter here in San Antonio. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine with you, Michaela Forker, Mark Lopez in our stats truck, Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk anchoring our coverage tonight of the Monday Night Spectacular in week number 9. That's Cooper Allen picking up 3 and another critical third down coming up. Jackson got it with her legs on the previous third down.
Let's see what kind of pressure ACA puts on AJ. Fellows, the first half, Fellows, the defensive end for ACA, has didn't get any sacks, but put a lot of pressure on to disrupt some of these passes, but so far they've held them in check.
5 wide for Jackson. Fellows again held in check, and that pass is caught by James Hands. His third reception of the night and another third down conversion for Arizona.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's we're at the point where every first down counts, every third down stand counts here, and they're just knocking on the door in field goal range. Put another 3 at least on the board.
Both teams have been strong and steady on third downs. It's led to a lot of times. Oh, there's a fumble as Jackson hit. It's recovered by E.J. DeQ, but it's going to be for a loss of 8 yards. We'll have to see who got in there almost instantly again. Alamo City all over AJ.
Yeah,
fire in the
dodge.
hole.
Wow. I mean, I think, you know, it could have turned out a lot worse, Cam. It looks like Bogey Barr got the hit on that one to bring the ball out.
And then McSlim cleaned up the play. Strong hands from DeQ there, but it forces a second down and long for Arizona outside of field goal range. Jackson straight back, fires it, and had a little bit of a happy feet and almost overthrew Punk, but Punk able to haul it in for his 6th catch.
Yeah, that was a smart play, I think, to just get some of the ground back and put the kicker at, well, you know, to have a 3rd and 9 and give him another shot at getting closer to the field goal range here, at least.
Pretty balanced tonight from Jackson in terms of her ball placement. This would be a 45-yard field goal, which would be another season high for Delaney if they don't get any yards here. 3rd down and 9. Jackson back to pass. Jackson fires. That pass is, I thought, almost intercepted by Rie. Plenty on the coverage there for the artillery, and that'll force another field goal, and the wind has been whipping around here tonight.
Yeah, what are we looking at range, Cam?
45 now?
45. Wow. Okay.
Delaney trying to beat the season high that he set about 20 minutes ago. 45-yard kick is good. Woo! Just barely again. 10-play, 31-yard drive gives Arizona a 6-point lead as points have become a premium in the second half.
And Cam, they really dodged the bullet on that fumble that ACA caused, and quick thinking by the offensive lineman. And then they were able to do some smart plays after that. Not try and go for, for the home run pass. Just took up some yards and put their kicker in a good position.
Good point. ACA can win it with a touchdown. Hendricks on the return up to the 35. He's been given Alamo City some pretty excellent field position all night. Alamo City's losses, Charles, by 3, 5, and 1 point. They had an 8-point win over Fort Worth to start the season here on the Monday Night Spectacular, and then one of their biggest wins last week against Queen City. But these games have been nail biters for Alamo City. Arizona's played in just 2 one-score games. They're 1-1.
Don't be surprised if they dial it up at least on one play on this series.
8 minutes, 2 seconds left in a tight one from San Antonio. Arizona brings 6. Back to pass is Fennec, and a little bit outside of the reach of Vin Calya, second down.
Yeah, that was not the most accurate throw that Ace threw all night. I think if he would have got that to the wide receiver, we would have been looking at a pretty huge gain.
Fennec's now 1 for his last 6 after going on that tear. Second down and 10. Rolling out. Fennec down the field. That pass is caught. That's Calya for the first down. It's kind of surprising, Charles. They seem totally disinterested in getting the run game going tonight.
Definitely. And when they do run, if they're running, they're running Soto out of the backfield. And it was case in point on those short yardage. They need to have somebody in like a power back there. Or Brad Jones. I mean, he's the type of player that'll get that first down.
But Calya is the beneficiary. 121 yards tonight. Calya had 197 to start the season against Fort Worth, but since then, this is his first 100-yard game of the season. Finally, they set it. They dump off a screen to Blue. Rainstorm, not quite sure if he thought the ball was coming to him or not, but Blue's going to pick up 3.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play to run against this Arizona defense. You got to have them guess, try and figure out where you're throwing, and that's the first time we've saw that swing type pass tonight.
Ace now 17 of 30, 228. Rolling left. Ace fires, back across the middle of the field, and that pass was nearly taken away. If Nathaniel Diggs would have added an interception to his resume tonight, that would be a career performance. Third down.
Yeah, we've been talking about Arizona dodging the bullet. That was a huge bullet dodged by ACA.
6-point game. It's been a battle of field goals since we started the second half. 6-3 in favor of Arizona. A tight contest. Fennec on third down has a crosser. Hits Ronick, and this time Ziggy has the first down. Remember in the first half, Charles, that came up just short, but this time Hronik makes the play.
He's a hard man to bring down, 6'6", 240. I mean, he gets that momentum going, and there's not many DBs in the league that are able to keep him from moving down the field.
That was Sean Moore who got plastered to the turf. What a play by Ziggy. His second catch, 6.5 left, and the Alamo City drive continues. Out of the gun, Ace Fennec escaping pressure, dumps it off. That's Hronik again, and Ziggy is on fire, picks up 6.
Yeah, great yardage added to the end of that catch. I mean, he caught it like 1 yard past the line of scrimmage and was able to just power down.
Second down and 4, 6:03 to go. Hand off Montana, and Diggs picks him up and throws him down as he tried to get away from the Arizona defense. Third and short. What a nail biter tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Diggs wanted to make up for that that possible interception shot he had on that earlier play, and he did it in fine form.
Third and 2. Toss. Jones got it. First down, and the fresh legs of Brad Jones gets the artillery up to the 23-yard line.
I can tell you they were not expecting that pitch play. I don't think we saw that all night.
Nope. This has been a great drive of play calling here from Alamo City.
Definitely.
Riding the hot hands and getting it back to fresh legs. Jones with his 6th carry of the ball game, and that was his best run of the night. 5:10 to go. Fennec to throw. Has time. Down the field. Complete to the 13-yard line. That's Yayo Montana. Third catch of the evening, under 5 to go. Another first down.
Yeah, they're really showing a lot of success, this second half with that rollout. It looked like Arizona had an answer for it in the first half, but not so much in this second half.
Now over 300 yards of offense for Alamo City with a steady 70 on the ground, but Ace Fennec, with just the one pick to Sean Moore early in this contest, has cleaned it up in the second half and is playing some pretty good football, especially on this drive. They'll hand it off to Jones, and Brad Jones will get about 1.5 yards for Davis and company, put him down.
I mean, we said we didn't see a lot of runs out of Jones, but he's starting to get some more action here, and Cam, he's fresh.
Yep.
So you're looking at a fresh running back here late in the fourth quarter.
That matters for sure. 4:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Arizona hoping for a stand. Don't want to fall behind. Fennec end zone touchdown! Montana ties the game!
Oh, that was perfect. Ace is just incredible in that pocket. He moves through his progression so quickly, and it's just a split second where Yayo Montana was open in the end zone. He saw it, delivered a rifle shot to the wide receiver, and now we're looking at 6 on the board.
Garrison made a bit of a mistake there, backed off, gave the goal line to Montana, and Fennec's extra point can put them ahead. This will be Alamo City's 4th score of the night. Arizona has answered every artillery score this evening with a score of their own. Can they do it on the next drive to try and win this game? That is what is at stake right now, as the artillery probably should be renamed Heart Attack City, not Alamo City. This team doesn't know how to play in a blowout.
Yeah, definitely. And, like you said, Arizona was able to respond, but this is probably the most important time for them to do it again, because if they give the ball back to ACA, I think it's going to be trouble.
We're back in triple digits here on the Monday Night Spectacular. Thank you for everyone's support for the SFL and all the games all week long. Viewership's been awesome, and viewership once again is strong here tonight for another great game between two high-quality organizations that, Charles, have quite frankly taken a lot more losses than teams would have expected at this point in the season, but these two teams are just unbelievable talented.
Yeah, I think they're still in the thick of it, and they're well coached and well run organizations, and that's what good organizations do. They stay in the thick of it.
It's anybody's game. First down on the 28, 4:08 to go. Jackson's 19 of 30 for 238, has dealt with this pressure well a lot in the second half, and nearly taken away. Wow. Rain Rie almost had one.
Yeah, not the best pass for AJ tonight. I know she would like to have another shot at that.
.405 to go. Just don't know how many opportunities you're going to get back at this football. I think you got to get some yards here to get the third manageable. Overloaded pressure once more from Alamo City. They hand it off right where it came from. That's Allen, and he'll get about 2.5 to make it a more manageable third down.
And this could be a very exciting third down, Cam. I mean, this could be, the game could rest on this third down right here.
We've seen Ashley run for one already tonight. They're going empty. Last time she was in empty, there was a fumble forced by Alamo City. This time, Jackson's pass is caught to a wide open James hands down the field. His longest catch of the night, first down, Arizona.
And the offensive line for the Scorpions, they just held the rush just long enough for Ashley to get that perfect pass off to James' hands. Oh my gosh. I thought she was going to get sacked.
A 25-yarder, the second longest pass of the night for Arizona. 3:22 and counting. Alamo City's protecting a lead as Arizona inches closer into field goal range. Jackson fires that is caught. That is Adam Grabowski. You wanted it, you got it. What a clutch play for the rookie.
Yeah, he grabbed it, man. Anything you throw to that man, his hands are like magnets.
I should say second-year player, but still on the dev team, still progressing and still waiting for opportunities to shine. What a moment for Adam Grabowski, who had a great season in Bossier City. Ironically, Bossier City's staff a part of this Alamo City team, and Grabowski hurts those fellas here tonight late in this one.
Was covered by the defensive end.
Crazy good mismatch. Grabowski's first catch of the season as Moses picks up a couple more. The clock continues to wind.
I think they have the secret weapon here because they've been putting fellows out there in zone coverage a lot and man coverage, and run that tight end through him and see if you can do that again.
2.5 left. Again, Alamo City protecting a lead. Be interesting to see what they do with the clock as that pass is caught at the 6-yard line. TJ Punk in a crowd.
Woo, that was in a crowd. 7 receptions tonight, but that one right there was the biggest of all. Holy smokes.
What a play. Ashley Jackson, 300 passing yards on the nose tonight. She is close to passing Tom Pepper. Wasn't quite sure she was going to get there. We have hit the 2-minute warning. Jackson needs 10 yards to pass Pepper. What a night. Over 39,000. ACA's got all 3 timeouts. Arizona trying to score a touchdown and win the game.
ACA's got to disrupt this flow of the Arizona offense. They got to start hitting and making them make mistakes.
Man in motion. Ball on the 6.5. Handoff. Moses. DJ to the 4. And Alamo City protecting that lead. This is dangerous territory. I think you got to let him score right here, Charles. That's the best case scenario.
Calling it out if I was on defense.
Even still, the field goal is probably going to give Arizona the lead. I agree with you. You just can't let the clock wind down. But that is the situation that Alamo City is in right now. They are in no man's land here. Handoff. Wright, and Bismarck Wright has a touchdown. That was, all things considered, that may have been the best case scenario for Alamo City because they're going to give their offense back the football. That's Bismarck Wright's second touchdown of his rookie season. What a drive for Arizona. They answer Alamo City again.
What a big way to capitalize. I mean, we saw Bismarck Wright. We saw Adam Grabowski make huge plays in this drive. Names you haven't, nothing against them, but names you don't really hear a lot about in the stats column, but they really rose to the occasion on that last drive.
Arizona going for 2 to try to make it a 7-point game. They'll run it. Moses did not get it. Rain Rie with the stop on the goal line. What a play.
That was close, sir.
I just got deja vu, Charles. Week 14 of last season in this stadium when when Alamo City went for 2 to try and tie the game, and Fort Worth got a big-time stop. Now it's Alamo City doing it to Arizona. The over just hit, and we're an overtime away from getting a bingo tonight. Kenny Hendricks on the kick return past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Stellar field position.
Stellar field position, and perfect setup for ace. I mean, it's a lot less room to work with there with seconds left on the clock.
Hendricks forced out of bounds by a couple Scorpions who closed down the lane. 1:19 left. You got all 3 timeouts. You need a touchdown. Plenty of time. What a game.
Oh, my God. I'm taking a breath here.
I think we all are.
Whew.
Fennec going to start the drive of the pass. Going to dump it off. Jones can't get out of bounds. What a tackle by Parker Thomas.
Man.
Only a gain of 2. Timeout Artillery.
A big stop by Parker Thomas forced them to call timeout.
Imagine if Alamo City would have called a couple of timeouts on that drive. They could be out of timeouts by now. That would not be a good situation. They still have 2. Ball at their own 43-yard line, but they need 57 yards for a score and the win. Ace Fennec drops to throw, has to dump it off. Another open field tackle. Great open field tackle by Diggs. And now Alamo City down to 1 on 3rd down. Charles, if Alamo City scores with no time on the clock, Arizona wouldn't get to answer him this time. So there's that.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not easy. This is another gut check moment for the Artillery season. 3rd down, 4 wide. Need the Arizona 49 for a first down. Fennec to throw. Fennec down the middle, caught by Kalia. Breaks a tackle to the Arizona 46-yard line. They have the first down. And now in this final minute, it's all going to be about the no huddle for the Artillery and maybe trying to get a play work to the sideline.
I would have most of the routes close to the sidelines and have them get out of bounds. A catch in the middle is a nightmare, I think, for ACA, unless it's in the end zone.
With the Arizona 45, Fennec dumps it off short, but the pass was off target. If he would have put that out in front of Blue, he may have been able to get out of bounds. Instead, it's just a 1-yard gain. 50 seconds left. Fennec has to rush back to the line. Fennec play fake. Fennec deep down the field. Pass caught. That is Yayo Montana down to the 26-yard line.
Got to set up. I mean, I'm surprised that play action was able to pull the coverage off.
Alamo City they're trying to be the last team to score right now with Arizona. Well, I don't know about that. Rain Storm gets the handoff. Storm to the 18-yard line. You got to push. You got to go here. Maybe spike on 2nd down and 2. That was a risky play from the Artillery to try to get a little bit closer to the end zone. Now Fennec going to throw. Fennec looking. He's going to the end zone and pass the cut by Kalia. 10 seconds left. You got to hurry up and get the ball spiked. Down to 7 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Fennec trying to get everybody to the line to spike the football. 2 seconds left, and they'll have a chance to win the game on 2nd and goal.
Oh, my gosh. That was incredible. I would not, where they started at the beginning of this drive, that first couple plays, I did not think they were going to be where they are now with 2 seconds left in the game and a chance to win the game. Great.
Oh, my goodness. Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk will have your instant reactions. There is no overtime here tonight. 2nd down and goal at the 2 for the win for the Artillery. Fennec gonna throw, and it is caught for a touchdown. Garrison Blue has won the game for Alamo City. What a finish tonight in San Antone.
Oh my gosh, he was wide open too on that out route right on the goal line. It looks like there might have been a pick play in the middle there to keep the defender from covering the tight end. But, I mean, he would have caught it anyway because he had a couple steps and would have just been able to, lean into the end zone. But what a great drive there by ACA. Unbelievable.
All I got to say is stop questioning your life and just start living it. That was a game to live for, as Alamo City will try to put the finishing touches on this one by getting a 3-point win. And Ziggy Hronick's going to get the handoff, and Alamo City wins 28-25 on the final play of the game. Quite possibly the game of the year, Charles. That was incredible. Your final thoughts?
Ace Fennick. That's my final thought. I mean, he played to perfection, especially on that last drive. I mean, you and I were going nuts. He was as calm as the other side of the pillow, man. And he just walked up to the line, snapped it. He didn't care. There was 3 seconds left, too. He was calm. And I don't want to play poker against that guy.
The best QBR in the SFL this season, 95.7. He was 100.3 tonight. Just the one interception from earlier this evening against Sean Moore, but played a clean game in the second half. Kalia finishes with 148. Bogey Barr finishes with 11 solo tackles, 2 sacks. He was monstrous tonight. Charles, your player of the game.
Ace Fennick. Definitely Ace Fennick.
Yeah, that was a brilliant play call. What a turn of the corner by Garrison Blue. Arizona answered every single score that Alamo City had tonight, except the last one, because the artillery left no time on the clock to ensure the victory. What a game to Tyler Falk and Chris Curtis to wrap things up in the SFL studios. What a night in the SFL. Take it away, guys.
Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa. What a game. Tyler Falk. I'm Chris Curtis. I'm alongside Tyler Falk for the APM post game. And a classic from San Antonio ends in a walk-off touchdown from 2 yards away to Garrison Blue from Ace Fennick. Your gut reactions, Tyler, to that probably mirror everybody in chat and everybody watching at home. What a game.
I mean, let's start with just the game, right? Slow burn start, 2-minute warning in the second quarter gets us going. Third quarter gets a little bit more crazy. And then possibly the best quarter of football we have seen in the SFL in quite some time. Every drive a score, every yard gained with a purpose. Every play mattered, especially in the final drive for ACA. Never a dull moment. Never in doubt that this game, I mean, you look at the games this past weekend, we got, Atlanta, Mexico City, that might be, a good contender for top 10. DC, the DC game might have been a contender for maybe top 3. No. This one, game of the season, current game of the era. That's what I'm going with. A phenomenal game. Arizona had such a great game. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to finish it off. This tonight is why you defend the Alamo. This is why you fire the artillery. This is ACA football.
That was wonderful. That about you should write descriptions for movies. That's fantastic. But let's just put into perspective what you just said. This was the best regular season game of the 4K23 era. And it had everything you could want in a football game. Arizona answered every single score, every single punch that ACA landed on them in the face. Arizona answered until they literally couldn't because they ran out of time. That was fantastic. And you talk about ramifications for standings. That is going to vault ACA likely into the top 12. They're sitting at 4-4 now. And Arizona, who is clinging to a bottom 4 spot, now finds themselves in a spot where they could end up on the outside looking in depending on how everything shakes out. That is a wild, wild game and a great way to end this week. And you talk about the next week for both these teams. Alamo City, they go to Louisiana. That's a big game on one side. And then Arizona has a tough task ahead of them with Tulsa coming to town, which Tulsa, a pretty streaky team in their own right, should be fun to see where that goes. But, I mean, Tyler, that was wild, and we haven't even hit the playoffs yet.
I mean, just another thing to add to this game.
Yeah.
That's Monday Night Spectacular. This is what Monday Night Spectacular should be, and should be every single week. I don't know how you top this game. Every single game from here on out on Monday night is going to have to try and top this game. I don't think they're going to do that for the rest of the season. But if it does, that means that the playoff hype just continues to get ramped up. I can't wait for it. ACA now have 3 of their final 4 games on the road. The Revs, Tulsa, and LA all on the road. And then they got Mexico City in week 13. Ace out for Arizona, though, their final 5 games all come before week 14, which means they're on a bye week that final week of the regular season, which means they have to get in gear now. They have to pick themselves up. Eddie Gage has to dust himself off. Yes, it's going to be a little tough tonight, but he's got to play Tulsa at home. They got to go back to Arizona, go back to Phoenix, and they have to be strong. They have to play hard in front of their home fans. Otherwise, this could be a massive wobble for an Arizona franchise.
I'm going to give you Eddie Gage's instant reaction to that game as that touchdown got scored. Man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Eddie, I love you. You know that. That being said, Cam, go ahead and flex in and out whatever games you want to the rest of the regular season. That one is going to top them all. And I'm calling that right now. That being said, this week in the SFL, a very good one. And we have week 10 on the horizon in very short order. That's in 1 week's time. For Tyler Falk and our statisticians, for Charles Dougherty and Cameron Irvine, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from the Alamo. This is SFL Postgame. We'll see you Friday night for week 10.